I've been doing this podcast for close to 6 years now, week in, week out, hundreds of episodes. And in the episodes themselves, if you've listened, I've got no problem with responding to people on the fly and ad-libbing and speaking my mind during the conversation and sometimes probably over-talking. I'm guilty of that. But I still find it really hard to just speak to the camera and share my own thoughts about what I'm thinking, and I suppose put myself out there as more than a host. I mean, the show's always about the guests, and I see my role as helping them share their stories in the ways that they want to share them and get their message out there as strongest as possible, because people are trusting the platform and me to help share stories that are incredibly personal, and they're being really brave putting them out there publicly. And I'm so grateful that people trust me to be part of doing that. That's what it's all about. And I like it that way. I think because I have that background of being a journalist, and that the podcast is about a community and a mission and a message, I very much see it as not being about me, but I think that can go too far. It has gone too far, where I sometimes feel like I blend into the background and it's not personal enough. And I look at my favorite podcasters, and a lot of people come watch and listen to their shows because of them, because of the host. They want to hear from them, and they're very good at bringing themselves forward. And sometimes I feel like I, on purpose, fade into the background too much because I'm not sure that people actually want to hear from me. And even when I'm doing the podcast, I sometimes think like, shut up, dude, just let the guest talk, which makes for a better interview, of course. But I am really conscious of this is kind of thought in my head, like people don't really want to hear what I have to say. It's about the guest and it's about the story. Even though I've got lots of practice presenting and speaking in front of camera, I still struggle to speak like this in my natural voice. And I'm definitely apprehensive to post this kind of content because I just don't want it to come off as cringe or try hard. And I suppose I'm really hard on myself about not coming off that way. And it might seem silly to people, but like I'm just really conscious of it. And so it puts me off sharing in this sort of a way. But then I think that that's limiting too. And it probably limits the capacity for me to connect with you all and for you to connect with me. And that's probably part of the reason why there aren't more people engaging with the show, because I constantly pump out what I think are really high quality conversations and pieces of content. And who knows how many people see it and connect with it. But perhaps I don't do the best job of making you guys connect with me. And so even though I'm not really comfortable with it, and in my mind, I think, oh, I already do enough doing the podcast, hosting the conversations, doing the editing, doing the clips, yada, 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 all that. So in my head, I think, oh, you don't need to go and then create another bit of content with you talking, because people don't want to hear you talking anyway. That's what the voice in my head says, but I think you just got to keep challenging yourself. And I do really want to feel like I have more of a connection with all of you, and for you to feel like you have more of a connection with me. And that takes me speaking like this and not just where I'm comfortable. So my question for you this week is, where in your life are you holding back? Drop a comment below, let me know.